thank you so much for joining me and for being willing to chat a little bit about your journey on the 8-week ICBCH Hypnosis certification class. It's been a few weeks now, and you just shared with me that you're super excited to get your business going and started actually this weekend already. So I'd like to hear a little bit of feedback from you, just generally what your experience was of taking the class. Anything that you'd like to share with us.
Okay, great. Hi, Carla. Thank you for having me on today. Your class was fantastic. It brought out so much in me that was stifled down. I had taken 2 other hypnosis classes before, which were great of their own accord, but your class, you were there present the entire time. You didn't have guest teachers, which was absolutely wonderful. And I appreciate that because I paid for you to teach and not substitute. So I love that. And I didn't realize I had issues like stuck trauma. And through taking your class and practicing with the classmates, I was able to overcome the trauma areas in my life. And thanks to your class and you and your teachings, I am not afraid to take that first leap of faith step, which always held me back before. I would never do it. And I created a website, and I got on ChatGPT and AI and Canva, and I created things that I never would have done before, thanks to your course. And I'm so excited to treat patients and clients and share with everyone what I know to help them heal, to transform their lives and what's triggering them, and to get breakthroughs from them. It was just a fantastic journey. And the material you gave, oh my gosh, well worth the investment. You give so much. And I really appreciate that about you and your class. And you didn't just say, okay, you're graduated, goodbye. You're there for everything. If me or anyone else needs to reach out to you and ask you a question, you're there, you're present. You just continue to give and give and give. You don't just drop your students because the class is over. You continue to guide, and I love that, and I appreciate you for that.
You're going to make me blush.
Not my intention.
I really appreciate that. It was such a phenomenal group, as you know. It was truly every single student, I think, in the class was incredibly special. Could you talk a little bit about what your background is and what else you do or have done, and sort of what brought you on this journey to hypnosis?
Yes, I would love to. So for 33 years, I've been in the dental world as an office manager. I started off as an assistant and office manager, so I've always been in the healthcare. And early on in my early 20s, my grandfather had died from lung cancer. And watching that journey and seeing him suffer, he decided instead of letting the doctor say, you have 6 months to live, he said, no, I don't. I'm going to do something different. He went on a holistic journey, and he lived a year and a half beyond what the doctors gave him. And the only reason why he relapsed was because he started cheating on the diet that they gave him. He's cheated with smoking again and drinking again because he couldn't sustain that. And it just broke my heart. He died just before I turned 21. And that made me want to do more for people at that time, but I didn't know where to go and what to do. And when I met my ex-husband. He's a chiropractor, and his journey through school, I was with him the entire time, and he had such a fantastic journey, but I never really wanted to do that. I was happy for him. But I came to this fork in the road with dentistry, and I was passing by PCOM. And PCOM is Pacific Coast Acupuncture School. And I went in there on a whim. like, oh, let me just check this out. And I had a few counseling sessions there, and I decided to go, and I needed certain prerequisites to go there. And my journey was, I took all the classes, I took the college courses that I needed. I got in. I was actually in an abusive relationship. So I got out of that abusive relationship when I got accepted into a acupuncture school in LA. So I moved. It was like the most horrible person in the world, because I left this man, and none of our friends could understand because they thought we had the greatest relationship, because I never let them know, hey, behind closed doors, it's different. And I experienced a lot of trauma, and for years, I couldn't even listen to a motorcycle come up. I would start shaking, because I knew every time I heard that motorcycle come home, I was going to get yelled at or hit or something. Something was going to happen every day. So it took years to get through that. And I did that in acupuncture school with meditation. And meditation is a wonderful tool. It's amazing. And I still had a lot of trauma. And years later, one of my colleagues from acupuncture school, she healed her trauma through hypnosis. And that's when I dabbled in that, and I tried it. And that was an amazing tool. So I decided to take a class, and she gives classes. I only took a mini class from her, and she's great. But she has a certain trademark, and I didn't want me to be a part of that trademark, just because I'm not a licensed acupuncturist here in California right now. So I thought, okay, I don't want to do that. So I took another course, and then I got to your course, which was phenomenal, and I healed that much more. But I feel like I've always been led to this journey in healing, with various ways that are more Eastern and more holistic rather than the Western medicine. It always came easy. Getting into school, taking these classes, it came easy. But my comfort zone is dental. It's dental. And every time I'd go back to dental, because the money's always good for me in dental, and I'm known through my community, and I get jobs easy, and oh, you worked here, and oh, this placement agency, they hear I'm available and they place me. And I get into an office, and it's like my whole body just shuts down, and the universe pulls me out and plops me back into holistic medicine. So that's my journey, and I'm excited to have my website up. I'm excited to take this journey to the next level and heal people with it.
It's amazing, and I'm excited for all those people that get to experience healing by working with you. I do have maybe one more question, and that is actually two more questions. The first one is what your advice would be to anybody who is on the fence about taking the course, mainly due to the fact that it's an online course as opposed to in person, because that seems to be a lot of people's hesitation. Do you feel like the fact that the class was online, that it detracted from anything? Or what was your experience of that?
I'm happy that I was able to take it online versus in a classroom. Taking it online didn't mean that I had to get out of the house and get dressed and, get all dolled up, and I can take it in the comfort of my home. I just would have a shirt on and sometimes just shorts or pajamas on, baseball cap. If I was really having a rough day, I'd keep my computer screen shut down. So it was just easier. And if anyone is on the fence with taking this course, I would say just jump on in. It's worth it. Just take the leap of faith and jump in and do the Zoom class. You won't regret it, and you'll be happy that you did that.
Awesome. And okay, so my last question is, what was your favorite part of the course?
So, my favorite part of the course was anytime you gave the instructional part of this is what you do, and Just seeing other classmates follow you and not realize that they were in a trance. That was my favorite part, because you would just be talking and then all of a sudden we would all be in trance and you would give us suggestions and people would do it. And it's just, even the lemon drop was my favorite because I didn't even realize. I watched that video. I'm like, oh my God, my face. So that was my favorite part, is just watching that this is real, it works, and it's healing.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your insights, Andrea. We really, and by we, I mean the royal we, I'm sure the rest of the students, but I really, I'm so excited for you and so excited for what's to come next, because I'm sure there's going to be plenty of good things coming your way, and lots of people that are going to get to experience healing because of you. And there's nothing better to me than that ripple effect that we start to see. Every person has all these connections to others, and as you know, I'm right here if you ever need me. All you need to do is send a text or shoot me a message or hop on our Facebook group, because I'm really looking forward to growing this community even more with more students and with more expertise. And who knows, maybe you'll be teaching, be one of the guest speakers in my class very soon.
I love that. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you.